Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram,
Jai
जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम जय जय
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri
Ram, Jai Ram,
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai
Network.
Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam, pranam. Yes. Pranam, pranam. From each chapter, any sloka that stands out in our mind, or any theme in any chapter. We have not entered into Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We had an aerial view from 1 to 18. We are trying to enter into the mansion of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But before that, we thought we will just make a round. So 1 to 18, we just made a round. Some theme must be there in our mind. Something is directly related to our daily life. Because we were not interested in having the academic part of it. We wanted to link it with our daily life. No? So yesterday somebody asked something. Based upon that we were sharing some thoughts. Like that we will try for a week. And then again go back to chapter number 1. A comprehensive study of Gita in a non-traditional manner. That is what we are trying to go through.
Swamiji,
Ah.
17th chapter, Swamiji, 15th sloka.
Eh?
15th.
15th chapter, 15th sloka. Anudvegakaram vakyam.
Anudvegakaram vakyam.
Chapter number?
17.
17th.
Verse number 15. 1-5.
Anudvegakaram vakyam. Satyam priyahitam chayad. Swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. Vangmayam tapa uchyate. There are 3 types of tapas, you know. What are they? Remember, three types of tapas.
Manasa vacha dharmana.
No. Think. We have spent a lot of time on that. There are 3 types of tapas. If one says, I will be able to hear now. Body, speech, and mind. There are 3 types of tapas. We were talking that unless the mind goes through the refinery, it will be purely self-centered, creating problem to oneself and also to others. So here Sri Krishna beautifully brings out 3 types of tapas.
Vakmaya tapas.
Vangmaya tapas. What is that? Everybody has forgotten.
Vakmaya tapas means purity of
Our
555. In the
This
this level 55.
It's 15th sloka only. Just now what we told. Sloka number 15, 17th chapter.
Priyam and Hitam, Swamiji.
Priyam Hitam.
Eh?
Priyam and Hitam.
Priyam and Hitam.
Then think about it. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayad swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. We have to, suppose we repeat something, again we may forget. So we are trying to dig out what we have heard. Directly linking to our life, okay? We don't want any academic part of it. Because we don't know Sanskrit, we don't know all those things, So let us be very fair. Let us try to directly connect it to our, whatever I say, how it should be. Huh?
Straightforward, she says.
Priyamavu irukkanum, Hitamavu irukkanum.
Not for the excitement.
Compassionate communication.
Because this is very important. Our whole relationship is built on how do we communicate, is it not? Vango. Appadi sollaradum. Vango. There is a difference, Come in. Please come in. So it should not be vexation. Speech which causes no vexation. Vexed. Keep on talking. With no theme at all attached. Then you get vexed, That which is true as also agreeable and beneficial. Priyam and Hitam. And a regular study of scriptures. These are said to form the austerity of speech. For my harmonious interaction with the rest of the creation, I need these three tapas. Sharira tapas, Vangmaya tapas, Mana tapas. Think about it. It touches a very, very, very important aspect. So first we will go to the Sharira, then we will come to the Vangmaya, then we will go to the Manas again. Think about it. So what should I do? Worship of gods, he says in Sanskrit, Devadvija Guru Prajna Pujanam, Shaucham, Arjavam, Brahmacharya, Ahimsa, Cha Shariram Tapuchate. So whatever we are, at the moment we are doing, whatever we cannot do now, we are trying to think about it. We keep on repeating, we are studying, we have been prompted to take up this study only to improve ourselves, not to improve our knowledge. How do we deliver our thoughts, words and deeds to Him through His creation? How do we deliver our thoughts, words and deeds to Him through His or through our co-creation? So here he says, worship of gods. These are called Sharira Tapa, the austerity of the body. What are they? Pujanam. Pujanam or Pujanam? Pujanam. Pujanam, okay. English every A only, Honoring or worshipping these four devas. Honoring the worship of these four. What are they? Deva or God. Dvija or born anew. That is the meaning of Dvija. The holy person or Brahmana or the one who has gone beyond the physical life. That interpretation does not come now. It will become controversial. Everybody is a Dvija here who has reached that stage, not the ancestral. And it means a double birth. The physical birth and there is a spiritual birth. Those in whom the spiritual birth has taken place, he is called Dvija. Those who had received spiritual birth were known as Brahmanas in this country. Though today it refers to the genetic type of Brahmanas, which has absolutely no meaning at all. But those who have achieved the second birth into the spiritual dimension of life are the real. So such one is called Brahmana. People who worship them in any country. A Brahmana who has achieved the spiritual birth. That means in nutshell, let us understand like this. All holy people, all spiritually evolved souls, all who have moved from me to we, in our language. So that we keep on worshipping them. Then Shaucham, purity. Purity at the physical level. As much as possible, we will try to keep up this physical purity. Arjavam, straightforwardness or honesty. Straight. Then Brahmacharya, continence, restrained in physical life. Ahimsa, non-violence, not harming people or animals or nature. A very remarkable virtue. So these disciplines, let this discipline be resorted to by people. These are called Sharira Tapa, tapas of the body. Then he comes, Anudvegakaram Vakyam, Satyam,
Priyam Hita.
Satyam Priyam Hitam Chayad. Swadhyaya Abhyasanam Chaiva Vangmayam Tapauchate. Speech which causes no vexation, which is true, as also agreeable and beneficial, and regular study of the Vedas. Swadhyayam. Any noble, anything that improves, we have to interpret like that. Anything that improves the quality of our life. And these are said to form the austerity of speech. Manusmriti also contains a similar instruction on the question of Vanmaya tapas. Satyam bruyad, priyam bruyad, ma bruyad, satyam apriyam. Do not speak truth which is unpalatable to the listener, because it would otherwise cause suffering to that person. Though a thing is true, do not say it out, since it is apriyam or unpleasant. Because there is a blind man or woman, do not address him or saying, "Oh, blind person." It is satyam, but it is extremely apriyam. You are only causing anguish in the mind of that blind person. So whatever is true must be spoken, but try to bring happiness and cheer to people through your speech. However, do not speak what is untrue, though it is pleasant. That should not be done. That is the instruction given by Manusmriti. Here Sri Krishna says, Anudvegakaram Vakyam. Your speech should not excite other people. Don't disturb their peace of mind. Try to speak in that way. This is the first element of tapas, of speech. Similarly, that speech should be true. Never speak what is not true. That is the second quality. And then priyam, what is present to hear. Hitam, what is meant for the listener's welfare. Priyam and Hitam go together. It is nice to hear, it is also good for the listener's development. Swadhyaya Abhyasanam Chaiva, regular study of the spiritual books to keep the mind in a good state. There is the body, the mind and the speech. Three types of our reactions are there: physical, vocal, mental. What is said in this verse refers to speech, one of the important instruments for making or unmaking of human societies. Bad speech can ruin society. Good speech can improve the social situation. So people must weigh their words when they speak. Sattvic people will do that. This is called tapas of speech or walk. I shall speak only what is true. If it is not true, or if I don't know whether it is true, I will not speak at all. Silence is better than speech. But when I speak, I shall weigh every word. What a discipline it is to the human mind. In fact, in all our scientific thinking, whatever is true, that alone will be spoken. In moral thinking, what is beneficial to all alone shall be spoken. Purifying speech. In many of our books, there is a tremendous emphasis on the discipline of speech, because speech is the one instrument of communication between one human being and another in society. The way we handle this instrument called speech can make for happiness or unhappiness. So we should be careful in uttering words. This is the tremendous responsibility. Most people do not care for it. Whatever occurs to their mind, they fire it and go on creating trouble everywhere. More evil comes by speech than action. We can break a whole family by a wrong speech. All this we can see especially in politics. A wrong speech can make a whole political situation extremely complicated. So restrained speech is a great teaching given in Vedanta. How much suffering is inflicted only through this instrument of speech. You need not physically beat a person. You speak harshly about him or her, accuse or abuse him or her. That is enough to destroy that person's peace. Speech is an important instrument which we have achieved as a human being. No animal has the capacity for speech. So this tremendous capacity needs to be disciplined. There is a very great stress in the whole of Sanatana Dharma tradition on disciplining speech. The first doorway to yoga is discipline of speech, says Vivek Chudamani. The first doorway to yoga. Yogasya pradhamadhvaram. One nirodha. The first doorway to yoga is discipline of speech. Whatever is sweet and good for the people, whatever is truthful, which is for the welfare of all, utter only such words. This human tongue is the abode of the goddess of speech, Saraswati herself. That is the theory in India. So you have to tell every child, make your speech of this nature, that which is truthful, agreeable, beneficial. That is a good discipline for our children today. Vanmaya tapas. Nirodha. All that is Vanmaya tapas. Tapas with respect to speech. Vak is the word meaning for word or speech. I think we in India need a lot of this tapas. How to control the tongue that can make or break human relations. Therefore it is said lashing with the tongue. That is what a very bad tongue does and brings unhappiness to many people. Therefore be careful, says Sri Krishna. So what are the points in this sloka? Just now we discussed, everybody is keeping quiet.
Three types of.
Eh?
3 types of tapas.
No, just now Vangmaya tapas.
Priyam, Hitam.
Because this is very important, you and I, immediately after the session, we have to meet with people.
No need to physically beat a person, it's enough qualities.
So, what are the criterion? What are the important points we pray to him to make our speech?
Disciplining speech is a doorway to God.
Soft, kind,
Stop. Eh?
soft, kind,
Soft.
Okay, gentle, na? Kindly. Oh, then,
speak the truth always.
try to hold on to the truth.
Restrained speech நம்ம ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி பேசக்கூடாது.
Restrain the speech.
Can we weigh every word what we speak?
Weigh every word.
And
Is it possible?
if it is,
Think about it.
if the truth is very harsh, like if the man is blind, then we don't say that he's a blind man.
That is right.
So,
So we try. These are some points we should try.
right.
Priyam, whether our speech, whether whatever we talk, whether it is everybody is happy about it, okay. That is why we used to say how to practice this. Every day at home, at least once in a day, all the members will eat together. And when we eat together, we try to share one good incident. Positive thinking. And there should be a lot of fun. Everyone with a grey face, if he comes and takes it and eats, what is the fun in it? We should enjoy, no? There should be, that is why if you eat alone, this is not possible. We are reading about Vangmaya tapas, but how do we make it as a regular habit in us? So we try, first of all, we will start with our family members. Then when we go to the office with our colleagues, then in the evening with our friends. Then Gita teaching will slowly percolate into our daily life. Otherwise, we may be able to mug up this sloga and give the meaning. But we are there as exactly like what we were. But suppose we initiate something like this. We all eat together, not taking the cup or the plate and sitting before the TV, looking at the TV and then eating it. We are not looking at our own family members. God would have definitely made them to witness something good on that day, something that concerns about others. Suppose such topics we encourage, you just imagine what a tremendous impact it will be on the growing generation also. Vangmaya tapas, how are we to develop? Practical point. No? We are not talking about the sloga. Sri Krishna is touching and kindling. These are the 3 tapas, but you try to bring it out in your own way, in your own life. Because this anything that goes out of our tongue, it makes a lot of difference. Lot of difference.
Swamiji.
Yeah, Neelamji, you can help after that.
Swamiji, in the family, sometimes because we are very free and open with them, our speech can become sometimes harsh. But with the people who are our friends or distant, we are more watchful. Our speech is never, it's more cordial, it is more, what shall I say? We don't bring out any harsh words to the people
Good.
who are our friends or relatives.
Very good. Then we will try to spread it to the other circles. First field is our family. Second field is where we have our profession, whether it is business or whether as an employee.
She told with others she is cordial, with family members harsh words are there.
Huh?
That is what she said. With the outside people, there is more
She
cordial
says,
ways. Only the
because
family
we will be
members.
watchful when we speak with our friends or others.
Aha. That
In
should
the-
not be.
In the family, she
I
says,
heard you are quite comfortable. You don't use any harsh words to your children or family members. But when you go out, you are unable to control.
No, other way.
Outside
Other
she is
way.
able to control. Inside she is not.
No. We must try at home first.
See, we are very open with our near and dear ones.
Open.
But we
Oh,
love,
open to our
they are
dear and
the
near
ones
ones.
who we hurt.
openness is not a license to use harsh words.
Babaji,
Ah.
discussion should substitute argument for this.
Eh?
Discussion should substitute argument.
You devise your own method. What is important is the first color, the first field is our family. God is giving us a test there. If we get irritated, what sort of suppose something unagreeable is done, uttered by anybody, how do I react? If I also give in the same line, what will happen? But instead, the thing is, we may take it as granted that family members will not misunderstand. But we get habituated, na? So suppose we start at home that we will not cause, as far as possible, there may be, we may forget, as far as possible we will not try to use harsh words at all. Whether at home or in our field or with our friends. At that time we can keep quiet, If we are unable to bring a positive living, at least we can be indifferent. Because the tendency to bring harsh words will not be there. Think about it. We can say so many things from ashram, but at the family level you have to face, at the physical level, udyoga level, you have to face. So you devise your own method, but the Vangmaya tapas is very important for a harmonious life. A harmonious life depends upon harmony at home, harmony at the workplace, harmony at the society. There are many people who are loved by all, first and so that love comes from where? Right from first. Mataji always keeps on telling this. Universal love and service begins from home. If we are not in a position to adjust with our own family members, how do we first learn? God will put us so many severe tests there. We have to pass those tests.
Swamiji,
Because we have been prompted to go through this particular sloga. It is not that somebody is just suggesting the sloga. For all of us, God thought that this is a thing which is essential for a harmonious life. He prompted somebody to bring out this Anudvegakaram. Every prompting has got its own relevance. Very, very important. Many people go to somebody's speech, why? Think about all those things. Automatically you will be drawn there. When the inner alignment has taken place, whatever may be the inconveniences at the physical level, we will go and hear, because it is so elevating, so enlivening, so charging, you know. So where do we start the training? At home.
We should not keep hard feelings towards others.
Huh?
We should not keep hard feelings towards others.
Then only we can utter the good words sincerely.
Hard feelings, keeping hard feelings in our mind will not help us to bring good words, you know, that's what you mean. Yeah, subtle, correct. And this word harsh is also relative. To somebody it may be a harsh word, but somebody who knows one's behavior, that is his behavior, we will say, you know. Outwardly he may look to be harsh or crude, but inner purity is 100%. I will tell you one incident. When we were working, we were about to go to some place. So both of us got into our vehicle. Suddenly a respected person comes. We have almost started the vehicle. You know what Jane said? You will have a cup of coffee. We have to go out. We cannot postpone our trip. You will have a cup of coffee and go. Okay? Yeah. He took it sportively, you know. He did not say, I only want 5 minutes, 10 minutes, nothing like that. For others, you know, it was a harsh. I told him we can stop the vehicle and we have to go. But he will not mistake, he told me. He will not mistake. Because he is like that. By his nature, even if he goes to somebody's house and somebody says something, he will sportively say, okay, you carry on with your job, I will come later. He is a very practical person. So he always judges people from that level, not that he is harsh. So the harshness also is a relative term, I agree. People may say, but when it is better, you know, we now think it is better to develop it at home, so that the mind is getting used to it, habituated to it. One will react based upon one's own guna, no doubt. But why is he facilitating us to go through these words? Not to definitely have academic knowledge, but something useful for our practical life. So let us try, okay, at home, at the workplace, and with the friends. As much as possible, we will try, you know, out of 10 at least, we will ensure that 5 or 6. In Kerala, when a marriage proposal comes, you know, the people will go to Jyotishi, the horoscope of the bride and the bridegroom, you know, prospective bride and bridegroom, that will be shown. And when they compare, there are 10 points. So at least it should be above 5 points. Then only he will say it will match. And if it crosses 8, they say Uttamam. So similarly, we will also have these 10 points. As much as possible, we will try to hold on. Priyam, Hitam, Satyam, then Priyam, Hitam, Satyam, then
Anudvegakaram.
let them say. You are near here, you have heard. Then, Soumyatvam, okay? What we will try to ensure? As far as possible, we may fail, we may forget, but we will have this progress card. How many times did I forget? It just came, I bluttered. I never knew that. Immediately, if we have the ego is less, we will say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have uttered that word. Then you can close the affair. Otherwise, lifelong. You may forget, but the other party may not forget. So, Priyam, Hitam. Everybody is keeping quiet.
Satyam, sir.
Satyam, Pinna. Lakshmi Narayan Garu. He was the person who asked. He is trying to see his own experience. All these things are nice to hear, nice to talk. But when it comes to practical life, each one, God has not given the same type of family, same type of profession, same type of society. So each one goes through that. Depending upon our karmic angle, each one has to go through different types of experience in our life. So how do I fit in? This must be going on in his mind. Anyway, suiting to each and everybody, we will try to bring as much of Vangmaya tapas. Compromise. As much.
Silence is also one kind of.
Silence. But chiladala pesaname.
ரொம்ப ஆசை அந்த heat situationல பேசாம அப்படியே
It all depends upon how we deal with it, no? Suppose we should weigh, as if somebody said, whether my keeping quiet will bring down the pressure, outside pressure. Then yes, we should keep quiet. Somebody is talking loudly, and then suppose I also do that. Instead of suppose I keep quiet, I can definitely, that could be instrumental in making him to rethink. Vangmaya tapas is a good topic. See how God brings it out. Very good topic, because it's a daily, it's a problem we face.
Sometimes you may have to use art or loud language to save a person, not necessarily to hurt him. Later you will understand that we use that because it's safe. Like for example, crossing the road, or for
We have
example,
to use loud voice.
party or something,
Save
parade, something like that. To save, you may have to use some harsh or very agitated words. But essentially we don't mean that.
We don't mean, but sometimes we need to just utter those words.
Okay, perfectly all right. But then immediately, if we think the other person has misunderstood, we should repair the damage. You are right. At times it is needed. Righteous indignation, especially when we are in an organization. There may be many, in a family also, there may be some occasion when we have to put down certain things vehemently. But at the same time, we should be watchful and see whether the other person has taken in that spirit or in a negative spirit. Our intention is not to disturb him. Our intention is to point out through that method that will be the path chosen by him, or it is not right. But suppose we feel that he got offended, we must clarify and tell him, I didn't mean to offend you, but what I said, I hold on. Difference of opinion still exists, but the way in which I said, probably if it has offended you, I am sorry. We have seen many such instances. Good intentions, but somehow the word comes out in a different way. And the moment the person comes to know that he should not have, he has the generosity to openly call him and tell him, I didn't mean that, I am sorry, it was a slip of the tongue. I only meant that what you have done is not right. Think about it.
We should clarify properly.
At that particular moment, you may not be able to, it just comes out, reaction comes. So unless we keep on reflecting on the past moments like this, we may not be able to control. That is how this Swadhyaya helps. Because during the Swadhyaya period, we are not reacting with anybody. Now we are not reacting to any individuals, but we are applying our mind intensely. When we do it sincerely, earnestly, at the time of reacting, it will have some impact. Only just now we heard Vangmayam. What did I say? I could have presented it in a different way. Like that, That is why Swadhyaya Abhyasanam. It helps a lot. Because Papa says, observation and experience. So Swadhyaya Abhyasanam is an experience as well as an observation. And it definitely helps us. So at the time of Satsang, so that is why Satsang. What is the need for Satsang? Not for hearing. Many people say reading session. It is not a reading session. It is a session where we try to understand, we try to purify our mind by bringing so many positive dimensions, so that when we deal with men and matters, it will slowly help. It may, just because I heard, I may not be able to implement it, but it will have some impact, especially our type of, where we apply a lot of time, repetition, so many things come, So it will have its own impact. And every time God reminds us of the lives lived by many people whom He made us to get in touch with. So it's a proof, not a theory. If we are only simply guided by philosophy, theory, we will not reach anywhere. But if we combine this philosophy or theory with the lives of people with whom God has made us to come in contact with, then it will have impact. None of us deliberately try to harm anybody. So, but at the same time, in our Vyavahara, there may be instances where unknowingly we may be instrumental in creating disturbance in the minds of others. The moment we come to know, we can call them and say, I didn't mean that. Or, if that is not necessary because of the close relationship, we can compensate it through our work, our seva, service to him. That will offset. So there could be so many dimensions. You don't have to work within the framework of what Lord Krishna said. Vangmaya tapas, we know that Vangmaya tapas is the basic thing to establish harmony with the rest of the creation. So each one can...
Sorry.
Tell me.
No, I will let you finish.
Later.
No, what I was saying, sometimes instead of talking, if somebody uses a harsh word to us, and if at that moment we do not react, sometimes we react.
Do not react. Correct.
If we do not react, and later we think about it, if the thought, the eagerness to react is also bad. What I'm saying is that silence.
Intensity also will go down. Later when we start thinking, reflecting on it.
Yeah, then it quietens up. Somebody says something bad to us, and if we are not able to react. For some reason, that person is far and we say, okay, when he comes back, I will say. But if we don't say, then that Mata said, the intensity to react or, like they say, somebody says something which we don't like, then we also say something. So then that is something. So if one person is quiet, then automatically this kind of
One of them should keep quiet when the things.
Correct.
So that, that damage.
So we cannot control the other party, so we will keep quiet.
yes. Otherwise the drama is
But that indifference, we should be very careful that it is positive indifference and not negative indifference. That is something in which we have to try and correct ourselves.
so the mind also has to practice.
Udasinam. Asinam, Udasino gatavyata. So that means there is an indifference. But that indifference is not because of any hatred. But that tool will definitely help to quieten the temper. Because somebody is short-tempered, immediately he says something. We keep quiet. He may even say, don't you hear? Then also you keep quiet. Atma samyama is very necessary, control of that is definitely needed. 6th chapter. All these things are interlinked. And one more thing is Mano Vangmaya tapas can become a reality only if the Manomaya tapas is there. Because mind and this Vak, they are closely dependent. Manaprasada Soumyatvam, Mounam, Atma Vinigraha, Bhava Samshuddhi, serenity of mind, kindliness, silence, self-control, honesty of motive. Samshuddhi Dhridi, Etat tapo manasam uchyate. So that also we will try to go through. Otherwise, manaprasada saumyatvam, maunamatma vinigraha, bhava samshuddhi rityed tapo manasam uchyate. Serenity of mind. As much as possible, let us not try, Our nature may be different. We have seen. But going deeper into it may tone down. Vinobaji, one of the greatest saints of India, he was rough, crude. He himself has written, when somebody came to Varda, Gandhiji sent him to Vinobaji. After some time, the man came back to Gandhiji and said, what a person he is. What happened? I was asking something, he was not at all hearing. He was looking at me. Then he immediately asked, was he in the field? When he is in the field, he has got a habit of not talking, but at the same time exclusively involving himself in that work. That is his nature. You lost your network connection. We also met Vinobaji, must be in 70 or 71. He was in the field. We went to the office, from there we went to the field to have his darshan. He was doing some field work. Where are you from? Kerala. Communists. These are the only two words. No, we have nothing to do with political thoughts. Okay. He started working, He did not utter a word. We did not understand. Person who came with us said, why is Mahatma like him is behaving like that? Then we said, it's not like that. When he is involved in a particular work, he does it. He himself, later on when we read his book, he said, I am very crude. Only because of the association of Gandhiji, I have become something better than what I was. So that means when we look back, that is the guna, Though he is selfless, 100% selfless, well read, well tried, all the qualification of a yogi is there. But when he talks, he may not. Nityananda Bhagavan, we have heard. So then we understand that let us apply this only to our category. No touch. So let us be a little flexible in all this. Whatever we try to analyze with whatever experience God has given to us. But from our side, let us see that none of our thoughts, words and deeds are detrimental to the interest of anybody. Sarva bhuta hiterata. So this manaprasada Soumyatvam, serenity of mind, kindliness, Soumyatvam, silence, Mouna, Atma Vinigraham, Bhava Samshuddhir, iti etat. So some of these things they have listed, Lord Krishna has listed. If this is developed, automatically this will be reflected in our speech. So we feel at the moment, when we go through these three, that these three should Rama, go simultaneously. Rama. These should go simultaneously. How can one do tapas at the mental level? Tapas means struggling to make oneself better and better. That we should know, no? Tapas in our day-to-day life, no? What tapas means? Struggling to make oneself better and better. The mind is going down. There is a depression at that time and you bring it up. One must ask, why should the mind be disturbed? It must be serene. It's a constant struggle. Somebody abused me and went away. He or she may have forgotten, but I am culturing it. I am getting depressed. I go down, farther down. That should not be. I must be able to discriminate, throw the whole thing away, restore my serenity again. That struggle is tapas. Every day we need it for our own good. Mind has a tendency to be broken at times into an unhappy, choppy state. Make it more and more serene. That action, that effort is tapas. In manaprasada, prasada means calmness and serenity. This calmness and serenity of mind is called manaprasada. When somebody comes to you, he or she will not feel depressed on seeing you. That person will feel encouraged by seeing you because you are so serene in your being. So one fact of human society is that whatever we are can either make others unhappy or happy. That is so because we are in a society. Suppose you have somebody at home who is always apathetic, with no interest in anything, always condemning things that are going on around. That will make for tremendous unhappiness for everybody. So we have to remember that we are interacting with other people. Let us therefore interact at a better level, at a happy level. Therefore, serenity of mind is mentioned in this verse. Next is Soumyatvam, kindliness, softness, the attitude of welcome towards us. One should not be crude and rough. You will find some people to be crude and rough. But why should they be so? They have not purified their minds. Therefore, they are rough. Civilized behavior requires to be Saumya or gentle. When somebody comes, welcome that person, speak a few kind words. This way the mind should be trained. Then comes Mounam. It means a thoughtful situation with the mind active in thinking. This is called Mounam. It is not necessarily silence. It means to speak only when there is some something worthwhile to speak. Rest of the time one can be silent. A person is silent because she or he has the great power of thinking. I have always expressed the idea that speech and thought are inverse ratio. More thought, less speech. Less thought, more speech. And so we have to train the mind. Let us talk only when there is something worthwhile to talk. Otherwise, let us be calm, quiet. That will do great good to the world. Manana Shakti is Mounam. Silence is thinking capacity. So occasional silence is also beautiful. We are talking a lot in society, but when we get an opportunity, let us be silent. Don't disturb the peace of the world by your talk. Very often that happens. Therefore, Maunam is a tremendous discipline of the mind. We in India are the most chattering people in the world, and life is getting empty thereby. So Maunam has a remarkable value in our lives. Every day morning in our room, there are 2 sessions that are going on. These backgrounds should be there. One is we chant vocally, Ram Nam. And next 15 minutes, we try to chant mentally. The turbulent mind may go here and there, but still a constant perseverance, patient, regular effort is made. At that time, so similarly we can choose 10 or 15 minutes a day. At other times you may not be able to. You will have to interact. You cannot keep mum. But there are times, right from getting up in the morning till we reach that place, we can observe Maun. Vocal silence, we can first observe, and then, because it should have a telling effect on my Vangmayam also, I can chant his name with the right perspective, with a prayer to him. Today you have now made me to open my life, and you have given me say 16, 17 hours of waking time. During this time you will make me to interact with many of your creations. Please bless me with that frame of mind where none of my thought, word and deed become detrimental or to the interest of somebody, or I should not be the instrumental for somebody becoming unhappy. We may not be able to keep up 100%. Next day also we are trying. These are some practical methods. In this 15 minutes, we can have go through a recap. That is why Swadhyaya is given so much of importance, It gives us right inputs for us. And every day we must set apart some time for this. And because Ramnam is going on, it will be within the bounds of these moral ethical values. Whenever it goes off the line, immediately the Nama reminds. So mental chanting of Ramnam enables us to present ourselves with Vangmaya Tapas. Just think about it. All of us can do this. We don't need any special time. Any day, early morning, we can spend about 10 or 15 minutes vocal chanting and followed by mental chanting.
Sometimes, feel very angry with some people's behavior or words or attitude, but when the same person appears in my presence, everything melts away, Swami. Only love and affection remains.
Sometimes when we see a person angry, all that will be there. When we
All
but
is melted away.
No, what he said was, sometimes we become angry with people when they misbehave or speak harshly, but suppose that person is our own brother or something, then we can easily
No. When
No,
the person
not that
appears
way.
in your presence, I said.
appears in your presence. Okay. When that person comes to your presence, you are not having anger. You will be having anger.
Everything melts away. Anger,
Everything melts away. When that person comes to the presence, all the anger melts away.
Correct. Somehow we have to develop. So daily practice over 10 or 15 minutes, going through all these thoughts and praying to him from the bottom of the heart. Because I am not sure how I will behave. So you have to kindly step in and make me to behave so that I don't wound any of your creation. Even if I have to take tough decision, you must make him know the motive of my action. Somewhere it comes in the motive.
Bhava samshuddhi.
The motive is Bhava Samshuddhi. So in a Malayalam poem which was taught to us, that beautiful word comes. It is a torchlight for us. മദ്വചനങ്ങൾക്കും ആർദവമില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഉദ്ദേശശുദ്ധിക്കും മാപ്പ് നൽകിൻ. Though my words may be harsh, but you kindly pardon me for the motive, purity of motive. മദ്വചനങ്ങൾക്ക്, my വചനങ്ങൾ, മാർദ്ദവമില്ലെങ്കിൽ, if it is not saumyam, if it is not gentle, kindly pardon me for the uddesha-shuddhi. Uddesha-shuddhikku maapu nalgin. So this prayer, and we can sell this openly also, if the ego is less and less. I am sorry, that is my nature. No, you can say, I didn't mean anything, but that is my nature. I can't help it. I didn't mean anything bad. I am sorry, even if you touch the feet, heaven is not going to fall down. You are repairing a big damage. And we have seen this in practical life. So how I should develop, I cannot follow somebody. But during the past moments, during the time when we are not going through such experience, if we try to fill our mind with such positive thoughts, creative thoughts, it will definitely help us when we are in a particular moment. It's already 4:40, so it's a nice topic. We can continue tomorrow. These three tapas: Sharira tapas, Vangmaya tapas, Manomaya tapas. So very nice. So tomorrow also you can pick up any such thing. Yes, we are now slowly entering into, by these, we are slowly entering into the mansion of Bhagavad Gita. Because it is connected with our daily life. Wonderful. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskaram, namaskaram, namaskaram.
Hari Om, Swami.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om. Very lively, very lively. Every day it should be like this. Hari Om. Hari Om. Namaskaram.
सत्संग के बाद भी
She's taking only jet cold water in Brahmana. I'll ask you